Welcome to episode 100 of 100 Songs. We're ending on a high note of this series with Tomahawk and their self-titled debut album that came out in 2001. Copies of this were pre-ordered like crazy before it even came out, and that's because this is a bit of a super group. Mike Patton is one of his many bands. This one, a little more accessible than some of Mike Patton's stuff. If you're a fan, I think you know what I'm talking about. Some people like everything that he does. Faith No More was certainly super popular, also very accessible, or some of it even mainstream. Tomahawk isn't like Faith No More at all, but it's not like some of the more experimental stuff that Mike Patton does. It's kind of in between, I would say, Mr. Bungle and Faith No More in terms of accessibility, if that even makes sense. But it's a super group in that we've got Mike Patton, of course, vocal extraordinaire. We have Dwayne Dennison, who is a great guitar player from the Jesus Lizard. John Stanier from Helmet, and I think he's been in some other bands too, but great drummer. And Kevin Rootmanis from the Melvins, and actually swapped out bass duties. We'll get to that in a little bit, but that is a killer lineup, and this album really showcases the respective talents of this, super group. When this came out, I was stoked. I got it right away, and I loved it. It's really good. The song I chose is Point and Click, although I like a lot of the songs on this album. It's a strong collection of songs. My favorites, I think, I'd have to re-listen to it, but off the top of my head, or what I kind of came up with, was 101 North, Point and Click, Sweet Smell of Success, Pop One. I think those are my favorites on the album. Again, if I listen to it right now, I haven't listened to it in a bit. I might change my mind on that, but Point and Click's my favorite song on the album, that's for sure. So we'll take a listen to a little bit of that. Well, how about right now? This is about halfway into the song. Showcases a little bit of, a lot of the reasons that I like the band. Here we go.
So the Sunday strollers too, the gangbangers, spirit channelers. I wanna be the one for you. I'll be the one. I bought a gun. I wanna be the crown in June. Too bad they won't believe me, son.
Wow, super ominous, that kind of feel. It's a super heavy feeling throughout that kind of vocal part. That part of the song was gives you the chills a little bit. His vocals are great there, kind of deep. The bass and the drums plotting together there, that rhythm section. It's just killer. And then there's some creepy sounds in the background. I just love that part of the song. It's such a great Such a great moment. And point and click. So, like I said, the sound in this album in general is kind of ominous. Some tension, heavy moments. There's even a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, I would say. A little bit of dark humor. There's lots of mature, dark, I'll just say rated R content covered on this album. It's not necessarily in your face, but if you kind of study the album a little bit, there's a lot of dark shit on here, and I think that adds to it for me. I kind of like stuff like that, and then it just sounds great too. What else can I say? You can hear influence from each of the members in the band. These are all people that come from bands that I'm big fans of too. So for me, it's actually a super group in the sense that these are all players on, like I said, bands that I really like. So resonates with me big time. The Tomahawk story starts in 1999 when Dwayne Dennison and Mike Patton met after Mr. Bungle's show in Nashville and began working on some material. And ultimately the whole band formed, and then they recorded this self-titled album, which is great. Mit Gas was next in 2003, so only a couple years later Mit Gas came out. There's a few songs on that I like a whole lot too, that are on my I have a better songs list. It's just a big playlist of a lot of my favorite songs. There's a couple songs on Mit Gas on that playlist, and then another strong outing for sure. And then it was a break of a few years, and then Anonymous came out in 2007. Anonymous lost me a little bit. I didn't really get it. I still don't really get it. I'll listen to it again probably, but for me, maybe I'm too simple or something. But it was not an album that really resonated with me too much. Kevin Rumanis left, and Trevor Dunn took over on bass. And Trevor Dunn, another great bass player. Just saw Trevor Dunn playing with King Buzzo on the Buzzo Dunn tour, and I got to meet him actually a few months ago. He came out after the show and was talking to fans and stuff. I wanted to meet Buzz also, and but he wasn't out there. But Trevor was, so I got to meet him. Nice guy. For sure, been in all kinds of music that I listen to. All kinds. He's been in a handful of bands that I listen to. And so he took over on bass. Oddfellows came out in 2013, which has some, again, a few songs that I really like on it. I put it a little bit under Mit Gas and the debut album. Debut album is my favorite, but I do like Oddfellows. And then fast forward to 2021, the Toxic Immobility came out. I was really excited that they went back in the studio and came out with another album. And I like that one as well. And I've been listening to that one probably the most in the last year, just because it's newer, and I'm enjoying listening to that a lot. So that's it. Tomahawk. This is the part where I would normally go to the Wheel of Destiny and determine what is next in the 100 songs list. But this is the last song on the 100 songs list. So there's no more wheel, nowhere to go from here in terms of this part of the project. So I'll I'll do another video, I think, of just a quick debrief or a wrap up of this series, and we'll see what's next after that. Thanks.